Lord, these two old men, the debate last night. You guys saw it. If you didn't, I'm finna break it down. I'm finna give you a clear, conscious view of what happened last night and or what should have happened. So if you guys are tuning in, I got a very special breakdown of the debate on what you need to know, and again, what you should have been presented with last night. I'm going to provide you with some points of clarity, so stay tuned. So straight out the gate, I mean, it was kind of frustrating for me. I don't know about you guys, but I wanted some answers, and I ain't get very many because they all this emotion. You know, what's Trump's track record? What's Biden's track record? What's their plan? Like, and you couldn't hear it because of all this noise attached to emotion. And I know that most people are operating in this space right now, emotion over logic. But remember my mantra, clear conscious thought. It's the ability to think rationally from a place of logic versus emotion, to exercise critical thinking skills. And again, criticize your own thoughts and remove warped views and perspectives that hinder common sense versus zombie-like thought, which is being a part of the common think tank, just doing it because everybody else is doing it. And this presidential race is being ran on identity crisis, identity politics rather. At least one group is doing this. That's zombie-like thought. So the $1 million question is Trump a racist? I personally don't think so. Many people got questions about that, but I don't think so. And this is why. Like I did and most people did during the first Obama election, I voted on identity politics. Trump was in the private sector for a long time, and everybody was celebrating him. Now, all of a sudden, when he gets elected, he's a racist. I don't understand that. And this is why I feel he wasn't prepared last night. I mean, you get the questions beforehand, but when Wallace asked them both, why should you be president? All he had to do was go down the list. The First Step Act, lowest taxes in history, new trade deal that resulted in more exports from the U.S. than imports, that creates jobs, including for black people, largest funding and time frame for funding for historic black colleges, HBCUs, has had every HBCU president at the White House to talk about these issues. Open invitation. The Platinum Plan to help with minority entrepreneurship. Obama was in office 4 years and he didn't do it. Criminal reform. Obama didn't do it. This allows black and brown folks to come home early from prison, nonviolent offenders. Joe Biden, along with Clinton, they pushed the agenda to lock black people up. Biden called poor kids just as smart as white kids. I mean, I don't understand how we don't see that's racist. Biden said that he was against segregation. It's a jungle. Biden said you ain't black if you don't know who to vote for between him and Trump. Trump started the withdrawal of all military forces throughout the world. Black soldiers, by the way, are in the military. I have a son in the military. Thank God he's at home. Lowest unemployment rate in history for black and brown Americans. Highest pay among black and brown Americans in history. The Urban Revitalization Act, which pledges $100 billion to revitalize with investment in urban black and brown communities. He should have touched on all of this. The wall. Here's how the wall affects the pay scale. The wall goes up, illegal immigration goes down. You'll never stop it, but it slows down, which drives the wages up. It's the law of supply and demand. It's elementary. It's simple. Cheap labor, drives down the pay scale. I don't know how a racist, without abandoning his core beliefs, can do these things. Not in clear conscience. But let's move on. So just to touch on this racist thing one more time. We're trying to get to the point where they wanted him to condemn militant groups and white supremacist groups and all that, trying to lump all this stuff together. They were trying to trip him up because all those groups are different. Just because you're a militant group doesn't mean you're a race, you're a white supremacist group. And as a matter of fact, I did a little research about the term militant group, and based off what I found, they're considered patrons whom are prepared and have acted to protect the rights of citizens when police are not able to, or when police are not allowed to, even black people, black and brown Americans. And I asked this question on my social media platform at Clarified Moments on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Can a white supremacist group have black members? And I got a few interesting and funny responses. You guys go to my page and check it out. But on the subject of militant, it's interesting how the Constitution references them in a state of emergencies, right? So the federal government, according to the Constitution, says it can call out the use of militants to put down armed insurrection, subsection 1784. Federal authorities have the ability to suppress rebellion or wage war against an uprising. The Green New Deal, they've been pushing this for years. And I'm not a scientist, but just because I'm not one doesn't mean I should trust every scientist I come across. I mean, that's common sense. Doctors are professionals, but just because they're an expert doesn't mean because you are, I shouldn't question your expertise, meaning get a second opinion. That'd be stupid if I don't do that. Again, I'm a critical thinker. And Trump touched on the aspect of this, but he really didn't dig into it like he needed to. He spoke about other countries experiencing those wildfires that we experiencing in California, having just as dense, if not more forest land, but they're not experiencing. And maybe he didn't know this, but there's been over a dozen people arrested for purposely setting fires in California. Check out the links in my comment section so you can get informed on that information. But again, I don't agree with the low blow he had against Biden's son, but his other son, I believe Hunter, I want to know about Ukraine. I want to know about the $1 million+ that he allegedly received from some Russian mayor and allegedly used for prostitution. I want to know this. We want to know this. Trump's taxes. I want to know this. Another subject he should have pressed on. If Trump pays $750 in taxes, right? I want to know why. Explain it to me. He should have asked Trump. But Chris Wallace, he didn't do it. He let him slide. He let both of them slide. The truth of the matter is a lot of millionaires do this, pay as little as possible in federal taxes, meaning take advantage of it. A lot of them entertainers and people we idolize, they take advantage of the tax code. Is it morally wrong? Probably so. Is it illegal? No. But to avoid the question, and that's what Trump did. What he should have said was, I have a corporation. I pay $750, but I paid millions of dollars out of for the corporate tax. So that came out of my pocket. So I paid that. That's all he had to say. But they going back and forth. I mean, it was garbage, man. I mean, I thought I'd see two old men finna literally fight. Like, it was just crazy. But again, guys, comment in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about the debate. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And thanks for tuning in. You guys take care.